Hey class, the next new thing and the last new thing we'll do for Unit 2 is tape diagrams. Tape diagrams are super helpful when we have to solve because the proportions get too big of numbers. For example, Philip's Bakery makes two kinds of cupcakes, a chocolate cupcake and a red velvet cupcake. For every 2 red velvet cupcakes, the bakery makes 3 chocolate cupcakes. So there's our ratio, 2 to 3. The bakery got a big order this morning for both kinds of cupcakes. So they made 342 chocolate cupcakes. How many red velvet cupcakes did they make? And so we have red velvet to chocolate is 2 to 3. But then how many red velvet cupcakes did they make if they made 342 chocolate cupcakes? So since this is really hard to figure out, 3 times what number is 342, we can kind of do it a little different way, and it makes it pretty fun and easy to solve. So first, our proportion is 2 to 3, so we can use what's called a tape diagram. So a tape diagram is when we make these boxes. So since the ratio was 2 to 3, we make 2 boxes for the red and 3 boxes for the chocolate. Now, I knew that there was 342 chocolate cupcakes, so that means that this row of 3 has to equal 342. So we can take 342 and we divide it by 3, and that's going to tell me how many cupcakes are in each box. So 3 goes into 3 one time. Subtract, bring down the 4. 3 goes into 4 one time. Subtract, that's 1. Bring down the 2. 3 goes into 12. 4 times, that's 12, we're done. So 114. You can also double check that with the calculator. 342 divided by 3. So that means that each box gets 114. So dividing that 342 into 3 equal spaces. That means that each of these is 114. So then if you wanted to know how many red velvet cupcakes, I have 114 plus 114 because I have 2 boxes. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. 228 red velvet cupcakes. Or you could have took 114 times 2 since there's 2 of them as well, and you would get the same answer. So that's how we can solve this problem using a tape diagram. So let's try a few more. Johnson's Food Drive is packaging fruit to give away to people who need food for the holidays. They plan to put 3 oranges and 4 apples in each basket. If they have 273 oranges, how many apples do they need to make in the fruit basket? So is it part to part or part to whole? So this one is part to part because we're comparing apples to oranges. So they plan to put 3 oranges and 4 apples. So let's make our diagram first. Oranges and then apples. So oranges, there's 3, so we need 3 boxes in oranges. And then apples, there's 4, so just a little bit more apples. Then they says that there are, so 3 to 4, that's where I get 3 to 4 boxes here. There are 273 oranges, which means that this whole row of oranges equals 273. Since there are 3 boxes, you need 273 divided by 3. So 273 divided by 3 gives us 91 in each box. 91, 91, 91. So 273 divided by 3. Since 3 doesn't go into 2, you need to say it goes into 27 9 times. 3 times 9 is 27. Bring down the 3. 3 goes into 3 one time. So it is 91. Okay, so 91 in each of those boxes. Then 91 in each of these boxes. Whoops. Then to find the total number of apples, add all of these up. 91 plus 91 plus 91 plus 91. Or if you want to do it faster, it's 491. So 91 times 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. So that means that there's 364 apples in the fruit. basket that they need for the fruit basket. So that one is part to part. Let's look at one that's a part to whole example. A bin of candy contains a mix of jelly beans and gummy bears. There are 4 jelly beans for every 3 gummy bears. There are 360 candies in the bin. How many jelly beans and how many gummy bears are in the bin? So we have a proportion of jelly beans and gummy bears. So jelly beans and gummy bears.
Mom, can you get me this?
You won that at the arcade, Mia. I'm recording.
I didn't do this.
So there are 4 to 3. So 4 boxes for jelly beans. Mia, I'm recording, honey. And 3 gummy bears. And then it says that there are 630 candies in the bin. So that means that in all, jelly beans and gummy bears, the whole thing is 630. So to figure out how many go in each box, you actually have to divide by the total. So since there are 4 and 3, there are a total of 7 boxes. So to figure out which goes in each box, you have to take 630 divided by 7. So 630 divided by 7. So 7 doesn't go into 6, but it goes into 63. 9 times, I think, 6 times 7, or 7 times 9 is 63, which means that it's going to be 90 because we have that extra 0. So 630 divided by 7 should be 90, which means that each box gets 90. Because all 7 boxes make 630. So how many jelly beans and how many gummy bears? Well, jelly beans, there's either take 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90, or for jelly beans, take 90 and there's 4 90. So 90 times 4. So 4 times 0 is 0. 9 times 4 is 36. So 360 jelly beans. And then for gummy bears, there's 3 90s. So 90 times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 9 is 27. So there's 270 gummy bears. And if you were to add those two together, they should make 630 altogether. All right, let's try couple more here. There are 2 colors of marbles in a bag of 20 marbles. There are 2 red marbles for every 3 green marbles. How many red marbles are there? How many green marbles are there? So we have 2 colors, red and green. Since there are 2 red for every 3 green, there's 2 red for every 3 green. So 2 boxes for red, 3 for green. There are 20 marbles in the bag. So the whole marbles, there's 20. So including red and green, which means that there's 5 total boxes. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. So each box gets a 4. So how many red marbles are there? Well, 4 plus 4 is 8, or 4 times 2 is 8. So there are 8 red marbles. And then 4, 8, 12, or 4 times 3 is 12. There are 12 green marbles. Okay. This is our last example. How do we use a tape diagram to find the parts when we know the whole? A company makes 2 kinds of t-shirts. The ratio of blue t-shirts made to green t-shirts is 3 to 2. So I'm going to leave this example for you to finish. This is going to be your student practice. This is very similar to the last one that we just did. We know that there are blue to green is 3 to 2. So start out with that. Blue is 3, green is 2. Then you know that the total that they made, all together was 150 t-shirts. So use that number to figure out how much of each one did they make. I'm going to let you finish off that one on your own. And then get it turned in, and we'll talk about it when I see you in class.